The following program is a presentation of Jez Sports.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Main Event podcast.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm cracked.
With me, the champion, Dan, and over there is the dancing Jez. Don't know what he's doing. Just roll with it.
I don't know what I'm doing either. I'm just a little bit giddy after taking the lead in the prediction championship in our last episode.
Yeah. Moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on. Question from the chat. An MJ Harmston, I think that's how it's pronounced.
I think we've had him in before.
Would like to know if that's a new belt, Dan.
It is a new belt, but you know, it's one that Jeremy hasn't touched.
Yet.
So that makes it special.
But you know, let's stop the count. Let's call it here.
No.
And we can just send the belt over to me. I mean, I am winning now, and it's not that far away till SummerSlam. So just call it here.
No.
I'll take some lovely pictures of the belt. I've already got the BCW undisputed world championship, so I can double belt it and Roman Reigns style. No.
Well, technically, I'm undisputed because I've got the old belt.
You do have the old belt. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's a swivel on it.
It's not very nice. We are here to discuss Impact Under Siege 2023, which was an event. It happened. It took place.
It definitely happened.
Score coming into this one in terms of those predictions for that belt that is already mine. He just doesn't know it yet. I'm on 36. He's on 35. Let's get down to business. Opening contest on the countdown to Under Siege.
Oh.
That pretty much sums it up. Was the Coven versus the Death Dolls.
What has happened to Rosemary?
Yeah. Do you mean Courtney Rush?
No, Rosemary.
But Dan, Rushlemania's running wild.
Shut up. I liked Rosemary.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
And now it's just ruined.
As much as I'm trolling you, this is in my cons as well. Yeah, I have more dumb character changes from the Death Dolls. First, we had what was she called before? Havoc. Thank you.
Havoc.
Thank you, brain. Becoming Jessica. With the word, literally with the word sick in the middle. Jessica. Sick, bruh. Yeah. Dan's broken. He's gone.
Just kill me now.
And now, instead of Rosemary, it's Courtney Rush. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
And this match was rubbish.
Yeah, it was a match that happened. I have no pros. And my main con is that we were conned, frankly.
Yeah.
All the way up until this match actually happened, they were like, Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship. And then when the show actually came around, they were like, this is a non-title match. I'm like, oh, right. Yeah. If it was a non-title match coming in, I wouldn't have predicted the Coven.
No.
I would have predicted the Death Dolls because they made it a non-title so that the Coven could lose without consequences, which is just the lamest booking I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
Which is a long and roundabout way to leave this match in the dust and say that we got it wrong because we were conned.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't mean, Connor, who we're going to see later, who's part of the design. I mean ripped off, mugged off.
Yeah.
By Impact Wrestling.
Scammed.
Thanks, guys. We like to start this show as the ones. Can't do that now, can we?
No.
We're the
idiots.
We're the donuts. I don't want to say zeros because that wouldn't be right. Wouldn't be accurate. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Two guys that we tend to enjoy, tend to have fun watching. Digital Media Championship.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry versus Dirty Dango.
Yeah.
Your turn. Pros?
I liked that Hendry in his little speech at the beginning was kind of bringing up stuff about Dango in NXT and WWE and all that. Kind of funny.
Yep.
I quite like Dango's new attitude.
I do as
Bit
well.
more of a
Yep.
doesn't
The
care.
heel turn that he has made.
And then the low blow disqualification. Why not?
I have the DQ end in both my pros and my cons.
Oh, okay.
Because it's, in the pros, like, yeah, Dango doesn't care.
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah.
In the cons,
yeah,
we kind of did. We wanted an actual match. So
yeah,
we've been mugged off again, but it's a 50-50 mugging. It's Schrodinger's mugging. We've been mugged, but we don't know if they've taken anything. Not quite sure our kidney's still there or whether it's been taken to be sold on the black market.
Yeah. I wouldn't want mine.
Completely 50-50. Yeah. But other than that, I think we'll see it again. And cool. Yeah. Just to add to what you said about Dango's heel turn and all that, I like the whole gratitude era thing.
Yes.
Like that we're living in the gratitude era, because it is such a fun play on the attitude era kind of verbiage. It's fun. I like it. And in this match, despite the DQ end, it affords us the opportunity to be the ones, because we both predicted that Joe Hendry would win. He did it by DQ, but he did it anyway. So we are the ones.
Do you want to know why we're the ones? Because we believed in Joe Hendry.
Yeah. I do want to go to an Impact event just to, get involved in that entrance. Wave your hands up. Yeah. Yeah. And I want to interview him as well, because, and I need to be very careful about the wording of the question. It's, along the lines of, so, Joe Hendry, your character is basically a penis. How is it you're so over as a babyface?
Yeah. Yeah.
It needs work. Needs workshopping, but that's basically the main question.
Yeah.
That's the main event question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
The aforementioned in the last episode, Nick Aldis, former gladiator Nick Aldis, versus Kenny King. This match to me was nothing special, which is disappointing, being that it's very early in the return to Impact Wrestling for Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
And it's the beginning, really, of the new Kenny King on a main event push. My pro is that Kenny King appears to have bulked up and is, is fully prepared for a switch into kind of the main event scene, into the heavyweight championship scene, and is out of the X division. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. Kenny King's been around for a while. And the main other thing that I liked had nothing really to do with the actual match. It was Tom Hannafin on commentary recapping the careers of each of these men outside of wrestling. Gladiators actually got a mention on the show. Like, he started on Gladiators, he did this. It was, went to another company, did some acting, boned Mickey James, that kind of thing.
As you do.
Not all of us, Dan.
No.
Only if you're Nick Aldis.
Some of us can dream.
It was fine. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
It wasn't a match that happened. It was slightly better than that, but
it was fine.
It was just fine.
Yeah.
But we both got it right. Nick Aldis for the win. So no longer the ones. Thank you. Let's just address this non-wrestling related question from the chat.
Oh.
Can we have a little bit of GTA after this stream, please, Jazz? And then
No.
when that's the answer. And then when I didn't answer it, Ali then replied, "Well, he hasn't said no, so you're telling me there's a chance?"
No.
Yeah, no. It's not even that I want to just say no. It's that I still don't have the means to do it.
Yeah.
My PlayStation is still being repaired. You know.
So no.
If Ali, you were on Twitter, I could put you in touch with the person fixing my PS2, and you could tell him to hurry up. Because when I've got my PS2, just for you, I might just do a GTA stream, even if it's just me and you. I'll do you a GTA stream.
Ask politely enough.
Even though I don't stream games anymore, just for you, I'll do a GTA stream. But I still don't have a PS2, so unless I'm going to put the disc in Dan's face, then that might work.
I don't.
Can FaceTime you. There you go. A private
stuff.
Except I don't have FaceTime because I don't use Apple products because I can't finish that sentence while being family friendly. But yeah, I can send you a web link. How about that?
There you go.
Just open it in a browser.
And you can just watch Jeremy play GTA. That's a bit weird.
That's fine, because I don't even have to share my camera. He can just literally watch the GTA, and then I don't even have to get up off my sofa. I can just play on my sofa.
Fair enough.
He can watch. Job done. There you go. It's a promise.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Back to the wrestling.
Yeah.
Not sure that'll make the final cut of the episode, although it probably will, because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to edit. The Design versus Sami Callihan, Rich Swann, and Jake Crist. The returning Jake Crist. This was another one that was fine.
Yeah, it was just fine.
It seems to be a theme of this event so far.
Yeah.
Everything is just fine.
Just
it's not
fine.
great. It's not bad. It's just fine.
Just fine.
Pro, I liked Connor. It's weird calling him Con. It's not really a name. It's just a sound. Con. Countering the attack from Rich Swann on the turnbuckle and just literally swiping him and throwing him face first into the ring apron. That was neat. Not seen anything like that before. It was a little too neat, as it busted Rich Swann's face open a little bit. But can't have it all. Sometimes you've got to break a few swans to make an omelette. Is that the phrase?
No.
On the con side, as in negative, not Connor.
Yeah.
Was this an ODQ match?
No.
No. Because the ref didn't seem to care a dot about the rules.
That's what I've got, is ref has no control.
Yeah. And I kind of thought back. I didn't want to rewind and double check, but I couldn't say with 100% certainty if I saw a single tag in this match.
No.
I'm not sure I did. And yet, various people were involved. Various people went for pins. And there were no rules in a match that I was pretty sure had rules, but I could be wrong. So either you weren't very clear that this is a ruleless Wild West, or you weren't very good at administering those rules. I don't know. Either way, meh. Not meh. Our prediction.
Yeah.
We both went for the team of Callihan, Swann, and to be announced, because we didn't know who it was at the time. It was Jake Crist. And therefore, we move to a 3. A Team 3D. A V1. No, is that it? Okay. Moving on. Next contest between Giselle Shaw and Trinity, whom you and I are watching for the first time in Impact Wrestling. It's been there a few weeks, but we only watch the premium events. So this is our first taste of Trinity in Impact. Lay it on me. Pros, cons, your call.
Meh.
Yeah, it was a bit match that happened. Is what I've written.
Yeah.
Nothing much really happened.
It just happened.
Yeah, the only positive I have is Trinity's new submission finish.
Yeah.
She's added that to her repertoire, which I think was needed, and I dig it. I think that shows good growth. Starstruck, very nice. It was a nice move. I don't really understand, and I had to Google it, and apparently something happened at a show that we watched and covered that I completely missed, and I don't remember it. Maybe you remember it. My con was Savannah Evans has moved on from Tasha Steelz to Giselle Shaw.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I was like, why?
Well, apparently at Sacrifice, which is an event that we covered, she turned on Tasha Steelz and joined Jay Vidal. Yeah.
I can't remember that.
Nor me. No. But I suppose my main con is, why is she people's like entourage at all? Can't she do her own thing?
Because
she's decent enough in the ring, and they don't have many women's wrestlers now. Even less after this event. So just take her off, let her do her own thing, and weird. I don't get it.
Yeah.
With nothing else really to add, back to predictions. This event is going to be done and dusted very quickly, isn't it? We both went with Trinity, and therefore we moved to 4 apiece.
4 horsemen.
It's a very big logo. You might have to raise your fingers a bit higher next time, because it takes up quite a lot of the corner. Yeah, there you go. Impact World Tag Team Championship. The Ace and Bay Club, it's Bullet Club, versus Subculture with Danny Luna. Now, this is the first time that I have seen Subculture since pre-pandemic in NXT UK.
Yeah.
I have heard of Danny Luna.
Yeah.
Through following by social media 1PW, which is one of the major promotions here in the UK now. And this is the first time seeing them all together for me.
Yeah.
And probably you as well, I would hazard a guess. So I remember not liking this team in NXT UK very much. Not that I didn't like what they did in the ring, because they've always been very good wrestlers, but I didn't dig Flash Morgan Webster doing the mod father thing. It was just, no, mate, it doesn't work for you. Do something else. So I'm very glad that he's dropped that. Their look, their team, their vibe, so much better now than it was then. So much better now than it was then. So that's the first pro for me. Tom Hannafin seemed to be on fire on commentary throughout this one. When he said flashbacks to Blackpool, obviously talking about NXT Takeover Blackpool and the the early days of NXT UK, where he was relegated in WWE.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
He was demoted to NXT UK. It's like, piss off to England. We don't want you here anymore. Like, all right, cool. So a happier time for me. Nostalgia about the early days of NXT UK, which were great. Maybe not so nostalgic for him, where he was forced to uproot his entire life because they decided he wasn't very good at commentary.
Yeah.
Two sides of the same coin. In the match, I liked the double poison Rana.
Yeah,
that was cool by Chris Bay, and I liked the finish, the Ace flipping Bay into the Art of Finesse, or the RKO, whatever you want to call it. That was pretty neat. And my only con, really, it was a decent match. I enjoyed it. My only con was the camera crew. They missed a bunch of spots. They were looking at there was a shot where they were looking at Flash Morgan Webster's shoulder for about 5 seconds. I'm like, what? He was just stood by the turnbuckle waiting to go back in the ring, and they just focused on his shoulder for 5 seconds.
Like, it's a good shoulder.
Who's pressing buttons here? What are you doing? It's supposed to be a professional company, and you're filming someone's shoulder instead of
No,
the
they're
ring.
not.
What the hell? Yeah. Bullet Club for the win.
Yeah.
Jez and Dan for the win. Correct predictions once again. Up to 5.
5 times.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact that we were ripped off in the opening,
Yeah.
we'd have a perfect record right now.
Yeah.
Conned.
Yeah.
Mugged off. Ruined.
Yeah.
Next up, X Division Championship. Trey Miguel versus Chris Sabin. Lot to say about this one.
Oh dear.
Again, not necessarily about the match. The match was fine.
Fine. Yeah.
I liked the arrogant covers by Trey Miguel.
Yep.
I liked the cheating to win.
Yep.
I liked that, and it's kind of hard to explain. I liked how they were discussing Chris Sabin, and they kind of had him build like he is the Chris Jericho of Impact Wrestling.
Yep.
And by that, I mean his reigns as X Division champion overshadow what he has done as world champion.
Yeah.
In the same way that back in WWE, Chris Jericho's Intercontinental Championship reigns, the amount of them, the quality of them, overshadowed his world title reigns, even though they were good. Don't get me wrong, you know, especially being the first undisputed champion and all of that.
Yeah.
Not knocking Chris Jericho, but being more known for the kind of workhorse mid-card title and the prestige that he brought to that rather than the world championship is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I quite liked how they didn't draw that parallel, but that's where my mind went. When they were describing him, that's where I went. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
It gives you kind of more prestige and more honor, kudos for the X Division Championship.
Yeah. Which
juxtaposed with the fact that, you know, Trey Miguel doesn't care and he spray painted it and he's cheating to win, and it was just quite a nice bit of comparison. And again, Tom Hannaford being on fire on commentary. I don't know what he had for breakfast that day, but he was nailing it on commentary.
I think he's probably the best part of his pay-per-view, to be honest.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, Matthew Rayholt next to him was no slouch either. They bounced quite well off each other for the entire night. So yeah. Negatives from this match. When Chris Sabin locked in the sharpshooter, he went down on one knee, therefore rendering the sharpshooter absolutely useless.
Yes.
He was basically just saying, here you go, I'll hold onto your legs and you just lie here straight. Yeah. That's not how the sharpshooter works. And I feel like Trey had far too much control in this match for a cocky heel. There wasn't very much that Chris Sabin was doing. He was mostly having to defend himself quite a lot while Trey Miguel had the offense, and it didn't really work with the dynamic of this match for me.
No.
Anything to add?
No, apart from it was fine.
Word of the day. Fine.
Yeah, fine.
Both got it right, though. Takes us both to 6.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, especially now that I haven't got a colourful background and you can see things a bit more.
We can do that, the Chris Sabin thing.
Yeah. Motor City.
Yeah.
Not that they're together at the moment. But we can move on to discuss his tag team partner, the other member of the Motor City Machine Guns, in Alex Shelley, who is in the number one contender scramble with Moose, Eddie Edwards, Jonathan Gresham, Yuya Yamura, and Frankie Kazarian. Over to you.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. There's a few bits I liked, you know, Kaz throwing his jacket at Eddie to start off, you know, the I'm gonna hurt you sort of motion.
Yeah.
The fake out knee from Gresham. You see that one?
I think I did. Yeah, he kind of.
He went to do a knee and they covered up and he just went nah and changed it quickly.
Yeah. He does a lot of those kind of fake out moves.
Yeah, I like that. And then Moose breaking up the big suplex. You know, they were going to do the big suplex where, you know, they always do it, don't they?
A stacked superplex,
Yeah, and Moose just came in and went, Get out of here.
Yeah.
Not doing that rubbish.
Yeah. I have that it was a frantic match, people flying everywhere as a pro. And I have Moose spoiling the fun and breaking up the potential stack superplex. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just a series of spots, really. There were no real standout moments. It's just you do a spot, you do a spot, you do a spot. Right, have we all got our stuff in? Okay, great, we can end the match now.
Yeah.
It didn't really have a story running through it.
It was fine.
And this was always going to be fairly challenging to predict. Yeah. Who did you go for?
I can't actually remember. Did I go for Gresham?
You did. You predicted Jonathan Gresham. Who did I go for?
Let me guess. Was it Alex Shelley?
No, it wasn't. No, I went for Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, okay. So we both failed at that one.
We did. So we're still on Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes.
Knockouts World Championship. Deonna Purrazzo versus Jordan Grace.
Another fine match.
Yeah, probably one of the better matches of the night.
Yeah, which doesn't say much, to be honest.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. I only have one con, which is less than a lot of the others. So, and you could probably guess what it is. It comes up quite a lot.
Let me guess. Is it the same thing I put in my cons, which is kicking out of finishers?
Yeah, kicking out of each other's finisher. Yeah. No, mate, no thanks. Don't like that. No. In this instance, though, it did allow Deonna Purrazzo to have to take it up a notch and deliver the Queen's Gambit from the middle rope, which I assume looked incredible, but unfortunately, they had the wrong camera angle on it once again. So all you saw was full view of Jordan Grace's arse, followed by a flash of people in front of the camera and a thud in the ring. Yeah. I'm sure it looked great. And it did the business, but unfortunately, of all of the camera angles they chose, they were like, let's look at Jordan Grace's arse and then not switch to a camera angle that actually looks at the ring.
Yeah. Because you don't want to watch wrestling.
No. But it was a back and forth kind of contest. There was no real front runner all the way through. That was neat. Deonna Purrazzo did a slip on the rope. And normally that would be a con. Oh my God, Hobson, let me read that in a second. And they covered it quite well. I think Jordan Grace stepped in and, beat up on Deonna Purrazzo. Yeah. And something that really bothers me in matches sometimes when somebody makes an error and then just try and reset and then go back to that spot again. Yeah. They didn't do that. Jordan Grace instead did something in the corner and suplexed her off. I can't remember. But instead of just trying to go back and do the same thing after you make an error, they just moved on, and that's the way you do it. So I felt that was a pro. Yeah. Not my words.
Oh God.
They asked to look at a ring, says Harmstone. This is a family-friendly show, Harmstone. Luckily, I think that's too nuanced a joke for certain younger sectors of our community to understand. So,
shall we swiftly move on?
Probably, yeah. We both went for Deonna Purrazzo for the win because Deonna Purrazzo, and we love Deonna Purrazzo, or I do anyway.
Yeah, I like Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah. So that takes us away from the Motor City to the Motor City and I don't know
wherever that is.
What else is in Michigan? What's that place that didn't have water for ages in Michigan?
I don't know.
Harmstone will tell me in a second. We'll just stall for time. That place in Michigan that didn't have water.
Harmstone.
It's a very short name. I've forgotten it. Flint. Thank you very much, Harmstone. There it is. There you go. So I don't know where Flint is. I'm just going to assume it's here. So Detroit.
Okay, so you're going Motor City and
Flint, Michigan. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Main event.
Yes.
I'm glad this match was here, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Impact World Championship. Steve Maclin
Yeah.
in his first major title defense.
Yeah.
He did defend it against Rhino on Impact Television and annihilate Rhino. I guess Rhino's off to go for mayor again or whatever he does.
Maybe.
Steve Maclin versus
Yeah.
PCO. Perfect Creation 1.
Yeah.
I think it's your turn, which is a shame because, I've got a lot to say about this match positively.
Well, PCO. Just as I always say with a PCO match, PCO. Just
he's not human.
What a man. But what I was going to say, suplex into the steps.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know if it's a pro or con, but the amount of blood that was coming from Maclin.
I've got it in pros. Yeah, Maclin bleeding like a mother is what I've got in the pros.
Yeah. Stapling PCO's mouth shut.
For that one, I have stapling the mouth shut. Wait, is that a pro? Because I'm not thoroughly sure. It's noteworthy.
But then carrying on from that, PCO just casually pulling the staples out.
Yeah, just get some pliers. Just pull the staples back out again.
Sledgehammer to concrete slabs on PCO's back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cinder blocks. Was it the KIA?
Yeah.
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 And just to bring it back around to what we've been talking about, Matthew Raywalt in that moment nailing it on commentary, because when after Steve Maclin had laid out some cinder blocks in the corner of the ring, PCO went to get more, and Matthew Raywalt just flippantly went, sure, because there's not enough apparently.
Yeah.
It's gone to get some more cinder blocks. Sure, because there's not enough apparently. And just exasperated, why not? More cinder blocks. What else can happen in this match? Not so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
Well, then afterwards, I've got like Bully Ray and the flaming table.
Yeah, fair play to Scott D'Amore for taking that through a flaming table. Yeah, kudos to him. Yeah, he's all in on Impact. Got to give it to him.
Yeah.
You've pretty much just run down my list there.
Yeah.
I've got the Maclin bleeding. It just would not stop.
No, it's just so much.
Just gushing with blood. And the ring mat had basically changed colour by the end.
Yeah.
Nuts. He was totally giving Ric Flair and John Moxley a run for their money. Or run for their blood, if you will. Yeah. Yeah.
Running blood.
And I suppose the main con, and we knew it was coming, but it's still a massive, massive negative. No hashtag PCO for World Champ.
No. It needs to still happen.
The shot in the pre-video package with PCO holding up the Impact World Championship and looking, crazy like he does. I was like, yes, PCO for World Champ, yes. But no, it's not happened.
No.
And we knew it wouldn't.
No.
And that's why we both predicted Steve. Maclin takes us to a final score of 8.
Double Horseman.
And that brings the prediction scores in total to the same deficit for you.
Yeah.
Because we've come out of it tied. I am now on 44. You are on 43.
Yeah.
I'm still winning. Ha ha. Now, I think you can probably work out what the rating system is for this.
Oh, I don't know.
So I'm going to stop short, and you're going to finish the sentence.
Oh, okay? Christ! Pressure.
You can try along in the chat as well. Why not? What is the standout thing, the craziest thing in this event? So Dan, today I ask you to give me a score for Impact Under Siege 2023 out of 5.
Staples in the mouth.
Yeah! Nailed it in one. Or should I say stapled it in one?
Yeah. So this was just fine all the way through. The redeeming thing was the Maclin PCO match for me.
Yeah, as long as you crazy hardcore blood,
Yeah.
cinder blocks, flames.
Yeah.
It was great. If you like actual wrestling, you're probably like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah, but
we do like that crazy stuff, so it's fine.
This is literally just going to be a 2.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to agree again. That's 2 events in a row. Yeah, 2.5. And it would be lower if it wasn't for the main event.
Yeah.
I'd be giving it a 2. Again, what are you waiting for? What are you saving yourself for?
What are you waiting for?
Nothing if you're Scott D'Amore. You're like, yeah, I'll just be put through a flaming table to end the show.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough carnage in the main event, apparently.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, there we go.
That's it.
That one didn't take us very long. 35 minutes, and 5 minutes of that was talking about Flint, Michigan, and random other things, gladiators, GTA, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we are out of here.
Yes.
Next week, at some point, I know that you're not available for our usual time, but we haven't been doing our usual time, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. Next week, we will be discussing Impact Against All Odds, which takes place tomorrow as of recording on Friday the 9th of June. Featuring the random predictions of MJ Harmstone next week as well.
Yeah, baby.
That'll be fun. Yeah, he'll probably get them all right, and we'll be on 2 or some nonsense.
Yeah.
Tune in for that. We will find out. Either way, that belt is coming to me.
No.
Be mortifying if I win, though, won't it?
Shut up.
And on that bombshell, I've been Jez.
I've been Dan.
And this has been the Main Event Podcast. Bye.
Bye.